Hello everyone and welcome back to another Grainman Travels adventure, and today we're on a new mod map called the Elm Rochester. Now this map was actually released on the 18th of the 10th 2023. It's on a version 1.0.0.0. It's cross-platform compatible, so PC, Mac, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One and the Xbox Series of consoles. It's actually 206.22 megabytes to download, and it's made by a mapper called AE Mapping, so pretty good. Let's run through some of the information on ModHub. So it says, Elm Rochester map. The features that distinguish it from other maps is the field structure. It also has plains like the actual natural elevations. Some lands have lakes and pits. You'll have to excuse some of the English on this is not perfect, but I'll try and fill in some of the gaps. In addition to the river on the map, water is now flowing from a dried up river, but in some low places flooding is observed. The overflow water provides a slightly more beautiful atmosphere as an image. The beginning of a large estate as farm owned is reminiscent of the birth story of a farm. When you start the game you have two pieces of land. One is a small piece of land, the other is a larger piece of land. In this area you can add all your livestock farms, garages and warehouses. It is already attached, but if you want you can sell them all and arrange them according to you. There is not much free space, it is filled with trees. There are not many fields, the fields are big so you can work a real farm with big equipment and big materials. New houses and new streets were built in the city. I think what they're trying to say is your starting farm isn't very big. It starts with a small area with lots of sheds, and then obviously then there's a big field to the side of it. But when it says there's not many fields, I'm not quite sure if the English translation is right there. There's quite a lot of fields as you can see, and they are quite big. So I think what we'll do though, because we will probably get our feet firmly back down on the ground and actually have a look at our starting equipment. As you can see, we don't start with an awful lot of equipment, but we start with some nice bits of equipment though. We've got the John Deere 4755 medium tractor with 190 horsepower. We've then got a John Deere 7810 with 175 horsepower and a month's worth of damage. We've got a Massey Ferguson MF 3670, so a nice long nose Massey, again with 170 horsepower and 1 month's time but no damage. We then also have the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090H, which hasn't got any modifications on it. We've got the Lizard pickup from 1986, so that could be fun because that's probably the one that I'll be driving on the driving tour. We get a Welger DK115 dolly trailer with 8,000 litre capacity and my complete and utter understanding of pure hell driving a trailer. We get the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header for the combine. We get a RAB EG3/9 2.5 metre cultivator. We get the Nordstein HK25 plus NS 3030 3 metre cedar and power harrow combination. We get the Deutz-Fahr Topliner 4090 header trailer, and we then get two 10 Winkle Pack 750 750 kilogram weights, so not too bad at all. We don't have any leased equipment either, so yeah, pretty good starting. Let's have a quick look at our actual starting farm. So here is your trigger and sleep and wardrobe trigger on the house. I think this is the same house that's on Elm Creek actually, and on a few American maps. I've got a bit of storage shed there, got a water, oh, that's pretty good, we can drop some water there. We've got a nice grain silo, and then just some open faced easy sheds, and yeah, that's pretty much your starting farm. It's not mega, and then we also get, it's not mega in size but it's quite nice. Easy sheds there. We then get this big field here, so not bad at all. This is what, 6.44 acres, so it's not too bad. The actual main land area is nearly 8 acres, so it's quite a good size. If we have a quick look on the PDA, what we actually start with. So as you can see, we start with farmland 5 and farmland 53. So 53 is obviously our farm and 5 is the actual field next to us. So that's not a bad start. We're starting in a pretty good location, so that's quite nice to see. When it comes to the crop calendar, I don't think it's been altered by the looks of it. and also I don't think there's any custom crops added. Well, there isn't any custom crops added at all, so that's pretty standard stock geo calendar and crop. The prices for selling things are pretty good. There's at least 2, maybe more places to actually sell most of your wares and most of the productions, so that's pretty good. I haven't spotted any gotchas in regards to places that you can't sell things like what you would normally be able to. The fertilizers I don't always count because you don't always get a chance to sell those, but it's quite good that you can sell the slurry, and obviously then everything else is pretty standard, so there's no custom productions to create any custom types of products. We don't start off with any animal pens. The contracts are pretty healthy actually, so there's a lot of fields, which is nice, and obviously there's lots of different ranging of fields, so you've got a couple of good sized fertilising contracts there. You've got a nice harvesting contract there, I must admit. I'm not sure why you can't borrow any equipment. I'm not 100% certain about that. I don't know if the mod has done that as part of the map or not. You also don't start with any production chains, but there's plenty of space to put some down, and that's pretty much it. So if we have a quick look on the PDA itself, you'll see that the layout's pretty good actually. It's got quite a lot of open space in between the fields, lots of green lands, lots of rolling space. There's quite a lot of rivers as well, which is quite nice, and there's a few geological features like cave systems, rocks, etc. Obviously we start here. The fields are, I say up here, they're probably, like this one's definitely an odd shape, which is quite nice. But the smaller fields are quite up here, so it'd be quite nice, I think, on a starting environment to probably sell maybe down here and probably buy some land up here, build your own farmyard, and then start using some of these smaller fields, and then start progressing further and further down into the larger fields. But yeah, it's pretty good. The roads look pretty good too, and there's lots of nice tracks everywhere, so I think there's loads of different ways to get around the actual farm and also around all your fields, so I think that's really nice. So if you have a quick look at our productions and sell points, so we start up here. We've got the grain mill, then we have the spinnery. I'm guessing this will be the animal dealer. Yep, animal dealer. And here is the electric charging station, biomethane station, biogas plant 1 megawatt. So can we find the buy trigger? That's always the fun part. Maybe here. Yes, 1.5 million. Not the cheapest, but it's okay because it's something to probably aim at. Oil mill, debris crusher, great processing unit, rent train. Well, hey, we have a train. So it goes to Goldcrest Valley, the train does. That's good. Grainpool East, and Lime Station. So this is like a semi-industrial area, which is quite nice. We've got a bakery there, and then near your farm, we've got the vehicle workshop. We've got a hayloft, large petrol tank, biomethane station, electric charging station, a farmhouse as well, bale and pellet storage, rent train trigger right near your farm, which is pretty handy, the water tank, and down here we've got a carpentry. That's pretty good. I'd say this would be a feeding grain south, so from the picture you can kind of tell this is a really big grain storage silo as well, so makes sense. And here we have South Valley Biomass Energy, Grain West Silo, rent train trigger, Goldcrest Valley, that's pretty good. Cereal factory, dairy, gas station, Red Marble bowling restaurant, Johnson's Farmers Market, fast food restaurant, and the grocery mart. So I think that's everything in the middle. Yep, that's probably the vehicle shop. Yeah, that's the vehicle shop there. It's got quite, I think it's got pretty much the standard productions and sell points that pretty much Elm Creek's got, I think. So sawmill and the sawmill. So I think it's probably what they base the actual map template off. But yeah, it's not too bad. Right, I think what we'll do though is we'll get back, find our truck, which I believe was over here, go for a little bit of a drive. Let's see. Right, come on, lizard pickup. Let's go, go, go. Let's see if we can get around a driving tour without crashing too many times. Let's have a look. And for anybody who's interested, I actually do use a controller for driving, which doesn't make it any better. But just in case anybody wondered, I am looking at upgrading to a steering wheel probably, which will maybe improve my driving, but I doubt it. Just from what I have realised is these road textures are actually quite good for a gravel road, I must admit. Quite bumpy as well, which I think is quite nice. That's a really nice water feature there as well. We've got some signs for the new farming simulator. If we go here, this is the main production area. We'll turn ourselves around. We'll go up one of these tracks actually, I think. So I mean, I think the vegetation is very nice. It seems like a nice bright map as well. There's obviously quite a lot of emphasis on water, boats there. There's a pumping station there. That's quite a nice feature. It's quite a nice few decorative items around as well, being placed in some nice areas. I actually think it's quite a nice map in regards to some of the houses are spaced out in some of the, like, not in the wilderness, but out more in the countryside and down these tracks, which I think is quite nice. And obviously you can bring your equipment down these because they're quite wide. These are some nice placeables and decorative items, so that's good. And the map is not flat at all, as you can see, which is pretty good. If we go down here, I do like the idea of some tracks and different ways of getting around. Let's go down here, I think, under the bridge. So it does seem quite nice with the way that the fields are quite well spaced out. They're not all tight together, and they've got some good areas in between that you could probably purchase. We'll have a look at the field prices shortly. So this looks like one of the main areas in the town. The roads are pretty good actually. I quite like the road texturing, I must admit. I think it's good. The edges aren't too bad and everything. So yeah, I think the map maker / mod has done really well on this. Looks like we're actually going to the edge of the area. So if we turn right here, I think, yep, we'll go into this. It's more built up kind of semi-commercial / residential area. We're going to look on the map where we are. Let's have a look. If you can spot where the trigger is, you're doing better than me. Oh, there. Okay, so we're right down the bottom there. So we're not too bad. So it's probably going out there, round here, round here, round here. We're just about to do a loop, so that's clever. So what we'll do then, if we just reverse up a minute, let's go down another track very quickly and just have a quick look. There's a track up here, which I missed actually when I was first driving. Let's have a quick look. There we go. Go out into the countryside a bit more, turn right here, don't crash. We're doing well so far, touch wood, we're doing well. Like I said, these quite nice amount of this. Does they attract through the BGA? Yes, out the other side, so we'll do that very quickly. Like I said before, it is quite nice to have lots of open space in between the fields. Obviously that is quite an indicative sign of an American map, I think, but I think this does seem quite a nice American map actually, because of the undulations, and there's some nice rock formations there. I think there's a cave around there as well, and also some flowing water and rivers, so it's pretty good. But yeah, there's lots of nice tracks to get in different places. I think, if I'm right, we're going up here, and this is actually another area that I think could be quite good for a small starting farm. There's also a lot of grass, but you could soon turn that into some other cereal crops, etc. So I think what we'll do, we'll just turn around this corner. I think this is probably going to be quite a good area for a starting farm, in my opinion. If we just turn around here. But yeah, the fields are quite a good size as well. You've got a bit of a farmyard there by the looks of it. Yeah, that could be a good starting farm actually, I think. And you then got expansion to grow. Got a little bit of spinnery there. Got some nice placeables there actually, that's quite nice to see. So I think what we'll do, we'll pull over here. a quick look. Yeah, oh, it's like another farm that you could potentially... Can't buy that farmland there. That's a bit of a shame. Oh well, while we're actually on this screen, we might have a quick look at our field prices. So if we want to extend from our main starting farm into 14, wow, 275,000. That's quite a lot of money. Okay, let's pick over here in the middle a little bit. 99, 173, 180, 274. Okay, what about my plan for moving at the top? So these are actually all part of the same farmland. 240, wow. Can you buy that farm there? No, that's a bit of a shame. Oh well. If you want to go up there, it's 232, 215, 109. Wow, okay, quite expensive. Biggest field on the map, what do we think? 48 probably? 1.228 million, probably 13. No, I think 48 maybe. Yeah, so it looks like 48 is probably the biggest area. So it's quite a nice map though, I think, to be honest with you. I think it's got a nice feel to it for an American map with some nice undulations and some different features and decorative items. So hopefully you have enjoyed the map tour. If you have, give it a like, subscribe to the Grainman channel, and I hope to see you again soon. Many thanks.